So my team here at the shop, they run the store pretty much. They take new items in, they will print barcode labels, they will do the monthly count, and they do that without ever touching Shopify at all. And they can do that because I build an app that facilitates those actions, along with some other ones. And I cannot write a single line of code. So this is not a tutorial. I want to show you what the app can do, so that you can get an idea of what it is that can be built. So quick context on our store. We have 70 vendors on consignment, and they all have their own product, their own stock, their own payouts. And so the obvious way to run that would be to go into Shopify. But we know Shopify is a pretty powerful tool, and if things go wrong there, well, then you have a real mess on your hands. And so you want to avoid or limit that as much as possible without you personally have to be involved in it as well. So the rule that I build the whole thing around is creating an app that allows a team to perform the duties in the way they need to perform it, and without actually physically touching Shopify. Until I get an approval on my phone, I approve it, and then it makes the changes. Let me show you how. So this is the application, and it's kept simple on purpose. These are the features that the team will use almost on a daily basis. And you can see that it's very straightforward. At the top, we have a light or dark mode. I usually like to keep it dark, but for this demonstration, we'll just keep it light. I think it's perhaps easier on the eye. At the top here, we have submissions that are waiting my approval. Below here we have the intake, which is all the items, the new items that come in from different vendors. We can add new vendors, in fact, new items, adjust the stock levels, return items to the vendor, and also change the prices if there's a change of price that needs to be recorded. They're also able to print the barcode labels directly from this application by the press of a button. It is connected to the barcode label printer and spits out the stickers as needed in real time. Invoices will create invoices for customers that pay us a deposit for an item that they have ordered. This is more for the long invoices, and then we have a quick receipt as well for customers as well. Again, by adding some information, we can give them a personalized receipt with our brand look and feel. So this is a little bit more professional. And we also have a vendor copy which generates a stock sheet in real time by connecting with Shopify, and allows us by the press of a button as well to send the stock sheet to the different vendors so they know how much they have in our store anytime they ask. This is in order for us not to fiddle around with Shopify and trying to find the stock and generate the report. This does it automatically, and again, it does it on brand with our logo and our formatting. Below here we have the full count. This is a feature which allows the team to do a stock count at the end of the month. Again, we have over 1,500 items, and they have to count every single one of them. This allows them to count it, and it records exactly what we have in Shopify, and it allows for any time delays, so that if there is any discrepancy, it does a reconciliation, and we're able to then make sure that we have the right numbers every month so that we can send correct reports to all of our vendors at the beginning of the following month. Spot check is a feature which is added, which basically it tells us the items that we have in Shopify. So it copies it from Shopify. We do not generally use this item, and this is why this is also down here. These are the features that we do not use as often. And a quick receipt is for anyone that wants a receipt on brand as well from us. We can generate it from here. So now we'll show you the intake, the main function of it. And for this purpose, we're going to use this map, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the number of available maps. So currently we have 7, and once we change it, I will add another 2, so you can see it should be at 9 when I am done with it. Okay, so here we are. We'll go into the intake to make the adjustments. So we have the option of doing adjustments. We have the option of adding a new item, a new variant to an existing item, or as I said before, changing a price. So we'll just go ahead and adjust the item. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select the maker. So in this case is this guy right here, and we'll add a file. And what I did here is I've added basically the intake form, which informs me of what actually has been delivered so that I can approve or reject the item which is being adjusted. So we'll select the product that we're talking about. In this case, all the products here belong to this maker, and we'll go to Cambodia map. In Cambodia map, we select the variant. If there's no variant, it'll just show you the default. And here we can then see the image and add or subtract depending upon what we're doing. So in this case, we'll add 2 and go ahead and submit it. confirm and submit. Now on Telegram, this is my Telegram, you can see that we have the order form which has appeared, which I then can compare to the actual action that we've been asked to approve, and making sure that they both match. If they match, then I go ahead and approve it. And you can see the quantity goes from 7 to 9, so that's correct. And we'll go ahead and approve this. And once we approve, it should then inform Shopify to make the necessary changes. So let's go ahead and approve it. Now we are in the item in Shopify, and let's go down and see if the changes has been made, and it hasn't been made, so let's refresh the page. Perhaps that's the reason why. And there we go. So now it is 9. So the changes have been made. And as I said before, we can make, there's a lot of things that can be done in this function, and all of it has been connected with Shopify and has the same functionality that we just demonstrated. Also, a notification will be received on the application itself, letting them know that it has been approved or rejected, or if there's any editing that is required before it can be approved, it will also say. Now I'll go ahead and show you in the print labels action, which again prints the barcode labels and is directly linked to the barcode label printer. Also, again, to make it easy for the team, we have formatted how the labels need to look, and it's very simple, but it is consistent throughout all labels. So we'll go ahead and press the button here, and then we'll select the maker. Again, we can just do the same item. Here we go, Cambodia map, and here we are. And this, you can select how many copies you want. So if we want five copies, we'll go ahead and print the label, and that will then print the label directly. Next, I want to show you the invoices. This is really for a long, starting with a quote and the deposit slip and invoices and receipts. It goes through all the different processes. Whereas here is a quick receipt. These are really for items that we have in the shop, and is connected to the shop items, whereas these ones are custom made. When we have custom made jewelry and so forth, we will use this form. So let's go ahead and go inside, and I will show you how this works. So you can see it starts with a quote, then the invoice, deposit receipt, balance invoice, and the last is the balance receipt. So we'll go ahead and make this up. Let's call him James in the name. James at gmail.com, and then we'll just give him an address. This is really for companies if they have a tax code, and he will type the item. We'll stay with the same item since we've been using that, and we'll say it's $25 for the map, and that's it. And if we require a deposit, we'll say okay, we require a deposit of however much we want to ask for. 50% is usually the case, so we will generate now a quote, and that automatically will save to my desktop in this case, and you can see that it's been formatted with our company logo and etc. with the information for the customer, which we then can send to them. Going back to it, we can then convert this into an invoice once they have approved it, and in the invoice we will generate the invoice right now. Again, we can then save it, and we go through the same loop, and as you can see here, we added our QR code for payment for our bank account, and so we can go ahead and pay with a QR, which is very common here in Cambodia. Then after that, after the payment, we will issue a deposit receipt. We'll have to go through the motions here and just pick a payment method. In this case, let's say that they paid with QR and they paid the 50% as requested. We'll generate the receipt, and again, it will do exactly the same thing. We'll click back in, and here your receipt, and it says deposit paid and the balance remaining. Going back, then we can mark balance paid. This is for the final payment, and again, they will pay with QR. Let's just say we generate the receipt, and you can see that now it says receipt and paid in full. This is for the customer. This is intentionally not attached to Shopify, as again, we are doing really custom work here, and we have now the ability to generate a quote up until the receipt for the customer for any item. Finally, I will show you the vendor copy, and again, this is generating a vendor stock list, which, you know, we have a lot of vendors, and they will sometimes ask us, how many products do I have in your shop, because not everybody is organized, and so we'll just put it right back up, click it, and this will generate all the information from Shopify in this moment. So let's pick a maker, for example, and now it will pick up all their items. Here's all the items that they have, and we can go ahead and either print it or send it directly to them on Telegram, and I will show you that as well. So send to the vendor on Telegram, we'll just press it, and here is a standard message that we then will send to them attached. Or you can obviously change this as well. Send now, and it is now sending to the vendor. And you can see here that this now been sent, and if we open it up, it is nicely formatted just with the information that they require. We also have other functions. One that I particularly like a lot is the full count, which is at the end of the month we'll do the stock count, and in here we'll be able to do a whole shop count, or we do a one vendor at a time if we want to do that, and we can then generate the count sheet, and from there we can go ahead and count according to the numbers that we have in Shopify. It will take a screenshot of the current stocks, and we can then just go and say, okay, expected 2 here, and you can put 1, and then you're short 1, or you can put 2 and it matches. You can put 3, then you're over by 1, and at the very end we'll just, I'm done counting, and submit it, and the system will then reconciliate against all the activities of the month to make sure that we are aligned with what we should have. So all the intakes that we have done in the past, all of the returns that we have done, all the sales, is recorded by the system, and therefore it can then reconciliate with the actual activities that we have done over the last month, and so we know exactly how much we should have and can never really go wrong. So now the honest part. The app which I just showed you has wires upon wires and services upon services that have been built, and I couldn't explain how all of that works. And that is the point. We have AI to do that. What we needed to know, and what I needed to know in this case, is how does our shop work? What are the challenges? What are the things that the team needs in order to be able to perform the things, or do the things that I did before, without having to get their fingers inside of Shopify and potentially creating a mess. Things do break from time to time, and you then just go in there and fix them again with AI. You don't have to know how to fix them. You'll tell AI, this is the problem, this is what happened, please fix it, and it will then go in there and fix it. We use this app every day, and I can tell you it has made our lives a lot easier, especially mine. If you're a small business owner and perhaps you're drowning in paperwork, or you just don't want your team to fiddle directly inside of your systems, then this is what this channel is about. Building our way out of it without being technical. If you enjoy this type of content, kindly hit the like button, that would be very helpful, and subscribe to follow the build. And please leave a comment below. Let me know what it is in your business that you wish would just run automatically. In the next video, I will be showing you the system that does all our monthly reporting, sending reports to vendors, approvals and payments, almost all on its own. See you there.